Hello, Starshine. My name is Liz, and this is my channel, Simsational Stories. If you have not seen my videos before and you enjoy this one, please like and subscribe. And maybe check out my Facebook page, where this whole thing began, as well. All relevant links are in the description below, and of course, if you're a Sims player and you'd like to download any of the characters featured in my stories, just search the hashtag Simsational Stories on the Sims 4 gallery. All original content is created by This Is Not Eric. Alrighty then. So, welcome, and what is up, Buttercup? Are you having a good day or a bad day? Whichever your answer, please allow me to distract you from your life and tell you a story, a Simsational story. Before I begin though, I'd like to issue this blanket content and trigger warning. The following story is just Sims, hey. I'm not going to apologize for treating them terribly, if that's what I've done, but I do want to assure you now that although I mean absolutely no harm, I completely understand if you feel unable to consume my content. Many loves, and we will catch each other on the internet elsewhere. Okay, so now we've gotten that over with, let's go. Today's story is a historical interlude, which is a thing I do. It's like, okay, so basically it's a standalone chapter of history for a particular world or story, and I'll be adding it to both the playlist for the story it relates to, as well as an individual playlist of historical interludes. Does that make sense? I hope so, because without further ado, let me introduce you to the Varela family. Dominique and Alejandro Varela were one of those couples. You know the ones. Life just always seemed to smile on them, and from the moment they had met, they had known their love was meant to be. They were married on the beautiful beaches of Sulani in a small, private ceremony. Dominique and Alejandro had met when they were teenagers in their hometown of Sulani, and had enjoyed a passionate connection from the start. They were like two halves of one beautiful whole, and nothing ever seemed to go wrong for them. After their marriage, Dominique and Alejandro moved in with Alejandro's mother, Nina, who was a powerful witch. Alejandro explained to his new bride that she wasn't the only one. He too had mystical, magical powers. Together, Alejandro and his mother Nina would travel to the magical realm to work on their craft. They both chose not to study under any particular sage and to hone all the types of magic equally. Alejandro often liked to joke that Nina was his sage anyway. When she wasn't in the magical realms with her son Alejandro, or at home painting, Nina Varela somehow managed to find time for a little senior citizen romance with local hippie Lucas Pointer. What had started as a rich friendship had soon developed into something more. Lucas had started a commune on Key Point Island that he had named Ohana Hale, which loosely translated meant family home, and he was a fascinating character. He was a conservationist by trade and nature, and he was passionate about the health of the Sulani Islands. Lucas and Nina would meet at the local beach to play chess at least 3 times a week. They got on so well. Being a witch, Nina had never been one to produce much rubbish. She just scrub-rooed her mess away, which Lucas liked, and Nina loved how alive Lucas was. Lots of Sims seemed to give up as they aged, but Lucas didn't let being an elder defeat him. In fact, Lucas made Nina feel young again too. In his company, she was free from the boring shackles society seemed to want to impose on her because of her age. When they were together, they laughed, played, and, yes, even made love. Nina hadn't felt this alive in years. And to add to the joy of Nina's life, soon after the beginning of their marriage, Dominique fell pregnant with their first child. Alejandro was so excited. He couldn't wait to be a father. He had lost his own father at a young age, and he wanted to give his child what he never had. Alejandro and Dominique's son, Angelo Varela, was born healthy and brought home to Sulani within days of his birth. He had his father's flashing green eyes and his mother's curls, but his smile was all Nina's. With Angelo's birth, the little family felt complete. But then something terrible happened. Just weeks after little Angelo was born, Dominique suffered an unexpected heart attack. Doctors told Alejandro later that she'd probably been born with a previously undiagnosed congenital heart defect, and that possibly giving birth had stressed her heart beyond repair. It didn't matter how it had happened, though. The Grim Reaper had come with his terrible tablet and taken Dominique's soul before Alejandro's very eyes, taking no heed to his pleas to spare his beautiful young wife. He would never be the same again. Alejandro was now alone, a widower warlock with an infant son and an elderly mother. He had worked as a food critic before the death of his wife, but would he have the strength to go back to work now she was gone? How would Alejandro recover from this? Could he? Nina tried to help her son as much as she could, taking care of little Angelo while Alejandro tried to come to terms with his terrible loss. It was difficult. Life with Dominique had been so idyllically perfect, and he just didn't know how to cope with this unexpected turn of events. And that was when Lucas had offered/asked Nina if she would like to move in with him at his commune. They could share different tents if she'd like, of course, but he just wanted to help. Help her and help Alejandro. They had a whole family to offer at Ohana Hale. Wouldn't Nina, Alejandro and Angelo join them? And so, that was how Nina, Alejandro and Angelo came to join Ohana Hale. With the support of his new family, Alejandro soon began to come out of the depression Dominique's loss had left him in, and started learning to raise his infant son. And that brings us to the end of this historical interlude, the Varela family. If you've enjoyed this little story, I strongly recommend that, first, you like and subscribe, of course, but also that you go and check out the playlists on my page where this tiny bit of story fits in. Also, maybe check out my Facebook page. Okay, that's it. Bye!